Liam Ward was the kind of boy most people never noticed. He wasn't loud, he didn't try to impress anyone, and he didn't care about popularity. At Ravenhill Academy, a fancy European private school where everyone loved attention, Liam was like a quiet shadow. He sat at the back of every classroom, always listening, always calm. Teachers liked him because he was responsible. Students respected him but didn't really know him. He had friends, but no one very close, except his girlfriend, Elena Marlowe, who said she loved his gentle personality. But what no one knew was that Liam's life was about to change in a way he never expected. A morning he would never forget. It was a cold morning in late October. Liam was leaving for school when he saw his uncle, Richard Ward, standing in the driveway beside something covered with a black cloth. Richard was tall, confident, always smiling, completely the opposite of Liam. He was a successful businessman, known across Europe for his wine company. "Morning, Liam," Richard said. "Come here for a second." Liam walked over slowly. "What's under the cover?" he asked. Richard grinned. "Your birthday gift." Liam blinked. "My birthday is still 2 weeks away." "I know," Richard said, "but I couldn't wait." With one quick pull, Richard removed the cover. Liam froze. Under it stood a silver Aston Martin Vantage, smooth, shining, perfect. The kind of car people took pictures of on the street. The kind of car no one would ever expect an 18-year-old to have. "Uncle, this is too much," Liam whispered. "You deserve it," Richard said. "Your father would have wanted you to have something special." Liam swallowed hard. His father had died when he was a child. Richard had been the closest thing to a parent since then. "It's yours," Richard continued. "Registered, insured, everything." Liam touched the car gently, his hand shaking. It didn't feel real. He didn't want attention. Most boys at Ravenhill Academy would have taken pictures and posted them everywhere. They would have parked right in front of the school gate so everyone could stare and talk about them. But Liam wasn't like them. "I'll park it somewhere quiet," Liam said as he opened the door carefully. Richard laughed. "You're allowed to enjoy the attention, you know." Liam shook his head. "That's not me." He drove to school slowly, nervous the whole time. When he reached the parking lot, he went straight to the back area where almost no one parked. He didn't want people gossiping. He didn't want people treating him differently. He just wanted a normal day. But his plan wouldn't work. The first person who noticed. As he stepped out of the car, someone whistled behind him. Liam turned. It was Adrian Voss, the most popular boy in school. Adrian had everything. Good looks, a perfect smile, expensive clothes, and a reputation for charming every girl. He was the star of the football team and the center of attention wherever he went. And he loved showing off. "Damn," Adrian said, walking toward the car. "Whoever owns this is living my dream." Liam stayed quiet. He didn't want to start a conversation. Adrian walked around the Aston slowly, admiring it from every angle. "Is it yours?" Adrian asked with a half-smirk. Liam shrugged. He didn't lie. But he didn't confirm it either. Adrian raised an eyebrow. "Not talking, huh? Mysterious as always." With that, he walked away. Liam sighed, relieved the conversation ended quickly. He didn't realize that his simple silence had just created the biggest misunderstanding of his life. Entering school like any other day. Inside the halls, Liam blended in as usual. Students rushed to their classes, laughing, talking, sharing gossip. Liam kept his head down, walking quietly toward his locker. He didn't notice Adrian whispering to his friends behind him. He didn't hear the words. "That car outside? Yeah, it's mine." The lie spread fast. By the time Liam reached his first class, 2 girls were already talking about Adrian's new luxury car. By lunchtime, half the school believed it. By afternoon, everyone believed it. Adrian Voss now had the car of everyone's dreams, at least in their imaginations. And all because Liam kept quiet. Elena's first mistake. When Liam entered the cafeteria, he saw his girlfriend, Elena, sitting with her best friend, Sophia Hartmann. Elena waved at him, smiling, her brown hair brushing gently across her shoulders. She was friendly, sweet, and a little dreamy. Liam always liked that she saw good in everything. But today, Elena looked unusually excited. "Liam, did you hear?" she said as he sat down. "Someone here owns an Aston Martin Vantage." Liam froze for a second. Elena continued talking, her eyes glowing with excitement. "And guess who it is?" she whispered. "Adrian." Liam's stomach tightened. Sophia rolled her eyes. "Elena, seriously? Why would Adrian own that car?" "His dad runs a construction company, not a luxury brand." Elena shrugged. "Everyone is saying it." and Adrian himself mentioned it near the lockers. Sophia gave Liam a quick look, the kind of look that said this doesn't feel right. Liam opened his mouth to say something, but then he closed it. He didn't want to look like he was bragging. He didn't want to look insecure either. So once again he stayed silent. And that silence was the second mistake. The day ends, but the problem begins. By the end of the school day, Adrian's lie had grown bigger. He was telling stories about his car, how fast it was, how smoothly it drove, how he planned to take someone on a ride someday. Girls listened with dreamy eyes. Boys listened with envy. Liam listened with quiet pain. He walked toward the parking lot, hoping everything would go back to normal. But this day was only the beginning. The real heartbreak was coming soon. The next morning at Ravenhill Academy felt strangely different. Liam noticed at the moment he walked through the main gate. Students were whispering, pointing, and talking louder than usual. Something was definitely spreading around the school like wildfire. And Liam already knew what it was. The rumor about Adrian's Aston Martin wasn't slowing down. It was getting bigger. Everyone loves a good story. Ravenhill Academy was the kind of school where students loved drama. They loved new secrets, new gossip, new scandals. Anything that made their boring classes more exciting. So when someone said, "Did you see Adrian's new car?" everyone believed it instantly. No one questioned whether Adrian actually had enough money for a car that cost more than a house. No one asked him for proof. No one wondered why they had never seen him drive it. They just believed it because they wanted to believe it. By second period, students were saying things like, "Adrian's dad bought it for him as an early graduation gift. Adrian is the only student cool enough to drive a car like that. I heard he's thinking of taking someone for a ride after school." Liam felt his chest tighten each time he overheard someone talking. It wasn't jealousy. It was the strange, uncomfortable feeling of watching someone else take credit for something that was his. Not just the car, but the impression of confidence and success that came with it. Liam had never wanted attention, but he definitely didn't want this. Adrian makes the lie bigger. Halfway through the morning, Liam was walking to his chemistry class when he heard laughter coming from the hallway near the trophy case. He turned and saw Adrian surrounded by a group of girls. Adrian leaned against the wall like he owned the place. The girls stood close, asking questions. "So you really drove it here today?" one girl asked. "Of course," Adrian smirked. "I just didn't want to park it in the front. People scratch cars when they're jealous." Another girl giggled. "Can we see it after school?" "We'll see," Adrian replied. "Maybe I'll take someone for a ride." Liam felt a sharp twist in his stomach. Adrian wasn't just accepting the lie, he was enjoying it. Growing it. Taking advantage of it. Liam could have walked over and said one simple sentence to end everything. "It's my car." But he didn't. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want a crowd. He didn't want people to think he was bragging. So once again, he kept walking. Elena gets more curious. At lunchtime, Liam joined Elena and Sophia at their usual table. Elena seemed unusually happy, smiling at her phone as she scrolled through her messages. "What's going on?" Liam asked gently. "Oh, nothing," Elena said, blushing a little. "Just people talking about Adrian's car again." Sophia raised an eyebrow. "Don't tell me you're actually interested." Elena shrugged shyly. "I'm just surprised. I didn't know Adrian's family was so rich." Liam felt a sting inside. Elena continued. "It just makes everything feel so exciting. You know, this school is usually so boring." Liam nodded slowly, pretending to agree. Sophia leaned close to him and whispered, "You know you could fix this, right? Just tell her." But Liam shook his head slightly. "I don't want her to think I'm trying to compete with Adrian," he whispered back. "It feels childish." Sophia sighed. "You're too quiet for your own good, Liam." And she was right. But Liam couldn't change who he was. Adrian's bold move. After lunch, something happened that changed everything. Liam was at his locker when Adrian walked down the hallway with loud confidence. Students cleared the way like he was a celebrity. "Hey, Elena!" Adrian called out suddenly. Liam froze. Elena, who had been walking with Sophia, turned around. "Yes." Adrian flashed his perfect smile. "You like cars, right?" Elena looked surprised. Yeah, I guess." "Great," Adrian said. "Maybe I'll show you mine sometime." The hallway filled with soft gasps. Elena turned red. Liam felt something twist painfully inside his chest. "He's flirting," Sophia muttered under her breath. "And people are watching." Liam stayed quiet. He didn't want a public scene. Elena, flustered and confused, just nodded awkwardly and walked away quickly. But Adrian's smile showed he was enjoying every second of the attention. Sophia tries to speak up. During break, Sophia pulled Liam aside near the vending machines. Liam, this is getting out of hand. I know, Liam said quietly. No, you don't know. Adrian is using your car to impress everyone. And Elena is starting to see him differently. She thinks he's something special. She just likes the story, Liam said. She doesn't like him. That's what you think, Sophia replied. But girls get impressed by confidence. And Adrian has plenty of confidence, even if it's fake. Liam pressed his lips together, unsure of what to say. Sophia continued. If you don't speak now, things will get worse. Liam looked away. I just don't want to look like I'm bragging. You're not bragging, Sophia insisted. You're telling the truth. But Liam didn't move, didn't answer, didn't step forward. Because deep down he was scared. Scared of attention. Scared of confrontation. Scared of what Elena might think. And that fear was slowly becoming a problem. The end of the day changes everything. After the final bell, students poured out of the building. Many kept glancing toward the parking lot, waiting to see Adrian walk up to his car. Liam walked slowly toward the far end of the lot, hoping to reach his car before anyone else did. But he was too late. He saw Adrian standing beside his silver Aston Martin. Not touching it, just standing close enough to make it look like it was his. Elena stood beside him. Elena was laughing at something Adrian said. Her hair glowing in the afternoon sunlight. Her smile brighter than usual. And Adrian leaned slightly closer to her. Liam stopped walking. He didn't breathe. He didn't speak. He only watched. Adrian whispered something. Elena blushed. And then, she leaned forward and kissed Adrian on the cheek, right beside Liam's car. The car that didn't belong to Adrian. The car Adrian used to impress her. The car Liam had been too shy to claim. Liam felt something break inside him. And that's when everything changed. Liam stood completely still, his backpack hanging loosely from one shoulder, his hands cold and shaking. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. Elena, his girlfriend, stood beside his car, smiling shyly after kissing Adrian. It wasn't even a long kiss. Just a quick, soft one on the cheek. But sometimes, even a small moment can break something big. He couldn't move. Time felt slow. Students passed by, chatting, laughing, not noticing the quiet heartbreak happening in the corner of the parking lot. Liam's vision blurred a little, but he didn't blink. He just watched. Adrian didn't push Elena away. He didn't look shocked. He simply smirked, like this was all part of his plan. He leaned against Liam's car casually, pretending it belonged to him. Maybe next time I'll show you the interior, Adrian said loudly, just enough for the people nearby to hear. Elena looked down shyly, her cheeks still red. Only if you want to, she said softly. Liam's heart sank deeper. Each word felt like a sharp twist. Sophia sees everything. A few steps behind Liam, Sophia Hartmann had also stopped walking. She covered her mouth in shock. Oh my God, she whispered. She rushed to stand beside Liam. Liam, I'm so sorry. I didn't think she would. It's fine, Liam said quietly, even though it wasn't. Sophia shook her head. No, it's not fine. She shouldn't be doing that. Adrian lied. And she fell for it. This is wrong. Liam didn't answer. His heart felt heavy, like someone was squeezing it. Elena finally notices him. After a few minutes, Elena turned to leave. She wasn't smiling anymore, just looking thoughtful and confused. Maybe even guilty. Adrian stayed leaning against the car, pretending he didn't care. Elena walked a few steps and then saw Liam. She stopped. Her eyes widened. Liam? Why, you're here, she stammered. Liam didn't say a word. Elena swallowed hard. I wasn't, it just happened. Adrian pushed off the car slowly and walked toward them. Oh, hey Liam, he said casually. You came to see the car too? Nice, right? Liam stared at him. Adrian's confident expression faltered for a moment. Just a moment, as if he realized Liam knew the truth. But Adrian quickly regained his smirk. He wasn't afraid. Not yet. Liam's quiet pain. Elena stepped closer. Liam, please say something. Liam forced a small smile. The kind people give when they're hurting inside, but don't want to make a scene. I just came to go home, he said softly. Elena looked guilty. She looked like someone who had just realized she made a mistake, but wasn't ready to admit it. I'll talk to you later, okay? She whispered. Liam nodded once and walked toward the driver's side door of the car. Both Elena and Adrian froze. Adrian's smirk fell off his face completely. Elena's breathing hitched. Liam pulled out the keys. The car beeped. Lights flashed. And suddenly, everyone around them stopped talking. Because they had just realized. Adrian had been lying the whole time. The truth without words. Elena gasped softly. You're the owner? Liam didn't answer. He just opened the door and placed his bag inside. Adrian forced an awkward laugh. Oh, come on. I was just joking earlier. Right, Elena? But Elena wasn't listening to him anymore. She was staring at Liam. And the truth was hitting her like a cold wave. You didn't tell anyone, she whispered. No, Liam said quietly. I didn't. Why? She asked. Because I didn't need to. Elena felt small. Very small. Adrian stepped back. His confidence cracked. His lie had exploded in front of everyone, without Liam even saying a full sentence. That was the dangerous thing about truth. It didn't need loud words. It only needed the right moment. The ride home. Liam sat down in the driver's seat. Before closing the door, Elena placed her hand on the window frame. Liam, can we talk? Please, she asked in a trembling voice. Not now, Liam said gently. But, he closed the door before she could finish. Elena stood there, her hand still lifted, watching him start the engine. When Liam drove away, he saw Elena's reflection in the rearview mirror. She looked broken, but she wasn't the only one. Inside the car, as Liam drove through the streets, his eyes stayed fixed on the road, but his mind was lost in a storm. Elena kissed Adrian. Because of a lie. Because she believed Adrian owned the car. Because she got impressed by something material. Liam felt something inside him collapsing. It wasn't anger. It was disappointment. Disappointment in Elena. In himself. In everything. He wondered. If he had spoken earlier, would any of this have happened? He parks the car and sits alone. He reached home, turned off the engine, and stayed sitting inside the car. The silence felt heavier than the loudest thunder. His uncle came outside, waving cheerfully. How was school? Did you show the car to your friends? Liam looked at him slowly. No, he whispered. I didn't. Richard's smile disappeared. What's wrong? Liam inhaled deeply, trying not to show his pain. Nothing, he said. But Richard didn't believe him. Elena that night. Meanwhile, at her home, Elena lay on her bed staring at the ceiling. Her heart raced with guilt. She didn't mean to hurt Liam. She didn't mean to kiss Adrian. She didn't mean to fall for a stupid lie. But she had. She remembered the look in Liam's eyes when he got into the car. Not angry. Not loud. Just hurt. And that hurt burned inside her. Adrian that night. Adrian, on the other hand, sat with his friends, pretending the whole thing was funny. Whatever, he said. It was just a kiss. But inside he felt uneasy. Because he knew, even if he wouldn't admit it, Liam had won without saying a word. And that scared him. He wasn't used to losing. Liam before sleep. Liam lay in bed, staring at the ceiling just like Elena. He wasn't angry at her. But he wasn't sure if things could ever be the same again. He whispered to himself. It wasn't about the car. It was about trust. And he closed his eyes, knowing tomorrow would bring even more complications. The next morning, Liam felt like the world had become heavier. He didn't sleep much. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Emma kissing Aiden against his car. His chest still ached, and his mind kept replaying the moment like a cruel movie he couldn't pause. But today he wasn't hiding anymore. He was done being quiet, done being stepped on, done being ignored. Today, the truth was going to come out. Walking into the storm. When Liam stepped into Ravenhill Academy, the hallways were unusually loud. Students whispered, laughed, and pointed in the same direction. Liam already knew what the topic was. Aiden. Aiden and the silver car. Aiden and the attention. One student said loudly, I swear that Aston Martin suits Aiden. He must be rich. Another girl giggled. Emma is lucky. She always finds the successful type. Liam clenched his jaw. He walked toward his locker, trying to control the anger boiling inside him. He wasn't the type to explode, but betrayal had a way of changing people. Just as he opened his locker, he heard a familiar voice behind him. Aiden, tell them. Show them the car today also. Emma. Liam slowly turned. Emma and Aiden stood together in the hallway, surrounded by a small crowd. Emma looked proud, like she had accomplished something big. Aiden wore his usual confident smirk. Their eyes met Liam's, but neither of them reacted. It was like he didn't exist. Emma's fake smile. Emma walked toward Liam with a fake cheerful smile. Hey Liam, she said casually, as if nothing had happened. Asking about calculus homework. Liam stared at her blankly. You kissed Aiden yesterday. Her smile froze. The hallway grew silent. People turned. A few phones even came out. Emma swallowed. Liam, it's not. You kissed him, Liam repeated louder. Aiden stepped forward. Hey, relax, man. She thought the car was yours, Liam snapped. Gasps spread across the hallway. Emma opened her mouth but couldn't speak. Her face turned pale. Aiden crossed his arms, suddenly nervous. Bro, let's not make a scene. Liam took a step closer. You let everyone believe that Aston Martin was yours. Aiden looked around, searching for a way out. I mean, they assumed. You didn't correct them, Liam said sharply. You enjoyed it. Aiden had no answer. The truth revealed. Before anything else could happen, the sound of a car engine echoed outside. Everyone turned toward the windows. The silver Aston Martin glided into the front courtyard and stopped directly in front of the school. Students rushed to the windows. Who is it? Aiden again? Is he showing off? The driver door opened, and Liam's uncle, Richard Ward, stepped out. Everyone froze. Richard walked confidently toward the entrance, scanning the crowd until he found Liam. There you are, Richard said with a warm smile. I was passing by and thought I'd pick you up after school. Hope you don't mind. Every head turned at once. Aiden's face dropped. Emma's mouth opened in shock. The crowd fell silent. Richard looked at Aiden. You must be the boy pretending to own my nephew's car? The hallway exploded in whispers. Aiden's lips trembled. I wasn't. Oh, relax, Richard said, amused. I'm not angry. I'm just surprised to see someone parade around a car that isn't theirs. Embarrassment flushed Aiden's face. He looked small for the first time. But the real reaction came from Emma. She stared at Liam with wide eyes, almost scared. Why, you're your car. That Aston Martin is yours, she asked quietly. Liam nodded. Yes. I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want attention. And yesterday you saw? I saw everything, Liam said, voice steady. Emma felt the blood drain from her face. She reached out and grabbed Liam's arm. Liam, listen, it's not what you think. I was confused. He told me. He didn't tell you anything. Liam cut her off. You saw a car. You made assumptions. And you acted on them. Her eyes filled with panic. Liam, no, please. You know I care about you. Do you? Liam asked. Or do you only care about whoever looks rich? Emma's lips parted, but no voice came out. Everyone finally sees the truth. The hallway buzzed. Emma kissed him because she thought Aiden owned the car. So Liam was the real owner? Aiden lied by staying silent. This is embarrassing. Aiden couldn't handle the stares. I didn't lie. I never said the car was mine. But you didn't correct anyone, Liam replied. Aiden's shoulders slumped. For the first time, he looked defeated. Emma's desperate damaged control. Emma stepped closer to Liam again. Liam, please. Let's talk privately. No, Liam said firmly. We talk here. In front of everyone. Because the humiliation also happened here. Her eyes filled with tears. I made one mistake. No, Liam corrected softly. You revealed who you really are. Emma broke down crying, but Liam didn't feel sorry. Not this time. He had been hurt enough. Richard's words. Richard put a hand on Liam's shoulder. Proud of you, he whispered. Then he addressed the students. Let this be a good reminder. Wealth doesn't make someone valuable. Character does. Students nodded, whispering in agreement. Aiden stared at the floor. Emma cried silently. The truth had finally hit both of them. And it hit hard. Walking away. Liam picked up his bag. I'm going home, he said calmly. Emma reached for him again. Liam, please. You love the wrong person, Liam said quietly. Or maybe you only loved the car. Richard opened the car door for Liam. Liam got in without looking back. The Aston Martin drove away, leaving behind a stunned school, a humiliated Aiden, and an Emma who finally realized what she had lost. And Liam? For the first time, he didn't feel weak. He felt free. This was the moment his life truly started to change. Liam had spent the entire night awake, staring at the ceiling, thinking about everything that had happened. Emma's kiss with Aiden replayed in his mind like a scene he couldn't escape from. Every time he closed his eyes, it came back, clear, painful, unforgiving. He knew he couldn't run from the truth anymore. The time had come to confront her, to end whatever was left of their relationship, and to take control of his life again. The next morning, he didn't even bother going to school on time. He waited until the halls would be quieter, until most classes had already started. He didn't want a scene. He didn't want an audience. He just wanted this chapter to end. Emma stood near her locker, checking her makeup in a small mirror. Her eyes lit up when she saw Liam walking toward her. "Oh my God, Liam. We need to talk. I've been looking for you everywhere," she said quickly. He didn't smile. "Yeah," Liam said, voice calm but cold. "We do need to talk." Emma paused. Something in his tone made her nervous. "What's wrong?" she asked softly. Liam didn't waste time. "I saw you," he said. "Yesterday. With Aiden. Kissing him." Emma froze. The mirror slipped from her hand and hit the floor. "Liam, listen." "No. You listen," Liam interrupted, his voice trembling but steady. "You kissed him because you thought the car was his." Emma's eyes widened. What? "No, that's not." "Don't lie," he said firmly. "I heard you. I heard you say, I didn't know you had such a nice car." Emma's face turned pale. She opened her mouth, then closed it again. No excuse came out. Liam continued. "You weren't confused. You weren't drunk. You weren't pressured. You chose to kiss him." Emma swallowed hard. Her voice was small. "Liam, I made a mistake." "No," he said quietly. "A mistake is dropping your phone. Forgetting homework. What you did was a choice." She stepped forward, trying to touch his arm, but Liam stepped back. "Liam, please," she whispered. "I didn't mean to hurt you." "But you did," he said. "Because you saw a car and forgot about me." A tear rolled down Emma's cheek. I thought he was the owner. And for a second, I just got impressed." Liam finished the sentence for her. "Because I wasn't enough? Because I don't show off? Because I don't act like Aiden?" Emma covered her mouth, crying now. "I'm sorry." Liam's heart hurt seeing her cry, but he knew he couldn't look weak anymore. He couldn't let pity replace the truth. "It's over," he said finally. Emma broke down. "Please don't do this." "Liam, I love you." "No," he said with a sad smile. "You love attention. You love excitement. You love the idea of a perfect guy with a perfect life. But you don't love me. You never did." People had started gathering at a distance. Whispers spread. Emma sank to her knees, sobbing. "Liam, please." Liam shook his head. "Goodbye, Emma." He walked away slowly while Emma cried on the floor, her perfect image shattered. Aiden's arrival. Before Liam reached the end of the hallway, Aiden stepped in front of him, smirking. "Wow, man, I heard you broke up with Emma. Tough luck." Liam kept walking, but Aiden blocked him again. "She came to me, Aiden bragged. "It's not my fault girls like me." Liam looked up at him sharply, something fierce burning in his eyes. "You can have her," Liam said. "You deserve each other." Aiden's smirk faded. "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means," Liam said slowly, "you both care more about what a person has than who they are." Aiden pushed him lightly. "Don't act smart, Ward." Liam didn't flinch. "Enjoy the car you thought was yours," Liam said calmly. "And enjoy the girl who kissed you because she believed that." Aiden's face reddened, anger mixing with embarrassment. Before he could respond, Liam walked past him. He never looked back. A new decision. After school, Liam didn't go home right away. Instead, he parked the Aston Martin on a cliff road that overlooked the ocean. The waves crashed against the rocks below, wild and loud, just like his thoughts. He sat on the hood of the car, staring at the water, feeling the wind hit his face. For the first time in weeks, he breathed freely. He wasn't angry anymore. He wasn't broken. He was relieved. Loving Emma had been exhausting. Trying to fit in had been exhausting. Caring about what people thought had been exhausting. He finally felt free. As the sun started to set, Liam made a quiet promise to himself. No more being scared. No more hiding. No more letting people walk over me. The break point wasn't the moment Emma kissed Aiden. It was this moment. The moment Liam chose himself. He got into the car, started the engine, and drove away with a new sense of purpose. His old life was over. A new one was waiting. The morning after the breakup felt strangely peaceful. No messages from Emma. No drama. No guilt. The heaviness in Liam's chest that had lived there for months was suddenly gone. He drove the Aston Martin to school. Not to show off, but because he finally felt like he didn't need to hide anymore. When he pulled into the parking lot, people stared again, whispering as usual. But this time, Liam didn't try to disappear. He stepped out confidently, locked the car, and walked toward the entrance without looking down at the ground. Something about him seemed different, more mature, more sure of himself. A new friendship. Inside the school courtyard, someone waved at him. It was Sophia Bennett, the quiet girl from literature class. She wasn't flashy, not loud, but she had a kind face and warm eyes. Liam had talked to her only a few times before, but she always seemed like someone with a gentle heart. "Hey, Liam," she said softly. "Hey," he replied, surprised she approached him. She hesitated. "I heard what happened yesterday. Are you okay?" He nodded. "I am now." Sophia looked relieved. "Good. You deserve better." Liam blinked. Hearing that felt unexpectedly comforting. "Thanks," he said. "And thanks for not treating me differently because of the car." She smiled. "A car doesn't define a person. Your actions do." Her simple words hit deeper than he expected. They walked together to class, talking about books, school events, and things Liam never discussed with Emma. Sophia listened, understood, and didn't judge. For the first time, Liam enjoyed a conversation without pretending to be someone else. Aiden and Emma's downfall. A few days later, the truth about Emma's kiss spread through the school. But it didn't spread the way she hoped. Instead of blaming Liam, everyone blamed her. "Did you hear? She kissed Aiden just because she thought he had a car. She cheated over a misunderstanding. That's embarrassing. She deserves everything she's getting." Emma stopped coming to school for 2 days. Aiden, on the other hand, faced his own embarrassment. People mocked him for bragging about a car that wasn't his. He avoided the parking lot completely. Liam didn't feel joy in their misery. He didn't feel revenge. He just felt distant, like he had already left their world behind. A new challenge. One afternoon, Liam's literature teacher, Mr. Halden, called him after class. "I've been watching you, Liam," he said. "You're talented, observant, thoughtful. Ever considered joining the writing club?" Liam blinked. "Me? I don't really write." Mr. Halden chuckled. "That's the best part. People like you often have the most powerful stories to tell." Liam thought for a moment. His old self would have refused immediately. But now he wanted to try new things. "I'll join," he said. Sophia, who was already a member, looked at him with a bright smile. "That's great," she said. "You'll love it." Liam felt something warm in his chest, a spark of excitement he hadn't felt in a long time. Healing slowly. Over the next few weeks, Liam changed in small but meaningful ways. He stopped hiding his achievements. He spoke confidently in class. He made new friends. He learned how to trust himself again. Sophia became someone he talked to every day. She never pushed, never rushed him, never treated him like he was broken. She simply stood beside him, and that was enough. One day after school, they stood near the ocean cliff, the same spot where Liam once felt lost. "It's beautiful here," Sophia whispered. "It is," Liam said. But he wasn't looking at the ocean. He was looking at her. Sophia didn't kiss him. She didn't confess anything. She just smiled gently, giving him space, letting him heal on his own. And that was exactly what he needed. Looking forward, Liam realized something important. He didn't need Emma. He didn't need approval. He didn't need to hide. He just needed to be himself. One evening, Liam drove the Aston Martin through the empty streets, feeling the wind rush past the windows. The car no longer felt like a burden. It felt like a symbol of growth, strength, and a second chance. When he stopped the car at a red light, he looked at his reflection in the rearview mirror. He didn't see the quiet, insecure boy he once was. He saw someone new, someone stronger, someone ready for life, someone who survived heartbreak and came out better. The real beginning. A few months later, at the school's literature showcase, Liam presented his first short story, about a boy who found himself after losing everything he thought he needed. The audience clapped loudly. Sophia looked at him with proud eyes. And Liam felt whole again. A new life had begun. A life where he chose his own path. A life where he knew his worth. A life where he didn't fear love anymore. The breakup didn't break him. It built him. And this time, Liam was ready to move forward. Strong, confident, and free.